Okay, so fascinating. John Oliver bringing up Real Housewives of Salt Lake as maybe the most epic thing.
Program ever on television.
Yeah. He even compared it kind of to the Lord of the Rings. But okay. Yeah. So Rooster was asking the best Housewives franchise, my favorite.
All-time favorite.
So for all time, it's obvious to me. This year, I have some controversy, but for all time, I think it's Beverly Hills number one, New York number two, probably Orange County number three, but longevity's on the side. But I'm loving Miami this season.
And Salt Lake.
And Salt Lake, it comes out in 2 weeks, so let's see. But Salt Lake has really been some fantastic television. I was trying to explain Mary Cosby, okay? She was like a cult leader, let's say church leader. And she was raised to be this church leader. The church previously was led by her grandmother. So when her grandmother was getting ready to expire, I guess, rather than leaving her church leadership to her daughter, she bequeathed it to the granddaughter. And I think there were a lot of, I think the church probably generated some good money donation-wise, but there were also many probably side businesses, and they were quite wealthy. They still are quite wealthy. Part of the deal in accepting the mantle of the church leader and probably all the businesses and income and wealth was marrying the husband of the grandmother. So it's her step-grandfather. She did marry him. She did become the church leader. Upon her grandmother's death, she did these things. And then she had a kid with her step-grandfather slash husband. And that is Robert Jr. And Robert Jr., who's now probably like 20, I'm guessing, in the last season, confessed on television in a very, very touching and perhaps controversial, but for sure reality TV breaking barriers. He confessed his extreme drug use and addiction to his mom.
And this is a different person than the person who is in jail with Ghislaine and...
Yeah, this person is not in jail.
Okay.
Mary Cosby's not in jail, although now her church is shuttered and like they don't talk about that. So could there be some shady things that could end up bringing legal troubles? It could be.
Yeah.
Or maybe everything's clean and good. I just don't know. But for sure it had a cultish following, and now it's kind of part of the backstory that I think new people don't even know, and I'm not sure John Oliver would even know.
But I mean, a church making money illicitly, who would have thought that?
But like, don't go on TV.
Yeah.
So that's like back to New Jersey, if you are going to kind of have some grift, maybe don't go on television.
Yeah.
I mean, so the Teresa went to jail from New Jersey, and her husband went to jail
And got deported.
afterward.
Right.
They spaced it out, so like one parent was in jail while the other one was home with the kids. They have 4 kids.
Yeah. How old were the kids when they were in jail?
Oh my God. Maybe Gia was like 10, the oldest, and the youngest was like 3. But I'm just guessing off the top of my head. But they were, young and
Needing both parents.
really affected.
Yeah. That sucks.
Then they had the constant feud with the brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah, those folks are interesting. That's a...
Intractable. And like, we're tired of that. We're tired of that storyline.
What's his name? Joe?
Yeah. Joe Gorga.
Gorga. That's right.
Juicy Joe. Oh no, Juicy Joe was Teresa's husband. They're both Joe. She was married to a Joe and her brother was a Joe.
Okay.
So it's Joe Giudice, the husband, now in Italy. And Joe Gorga, her brother, that unfortunately they have not mended fences. And now Teresa's remarried, and now that guy's having some kind of shady, I don't know, money and possibly legal stuff, and for sure previous girlfriend stuff.
Where did Caroline fall on that?
Okay, so from New Jersey.
Yeah. Because I always thought she was rational. I always liked her. Or not liked her, but I always thought she was like a mother to the whole thing and called people into shit. And yeah, I always thought she was sort of an anchor for the show.
Yeah, that was the personality. So she was off the show for many years, and I'm going to fill you in on some of that. She had a sister who was also on the show, Dina,
Oh, I do remember that.
who was like the beautiful one.
I don't remember the beautiful one. I got to put it in.
She had blonde hair, and
Yeah.
they look really different, but there were a lot of children in their family. The original cast had Jacqueline was married to the brother, Chris, of Caroline.
Yeah.
Dina is the sister. So there were actually 3 in that family
Yeah.
that were on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so Caroline is married to a manzo, Albie. Dina had a kid and was in a bad marriage. I think she came to stay with Caroline and Albie. But long story short, they had a family business. It's like catering, making memories, memorable times, called the Brownstone. They ran this place where you have like events. Albie's brother falls in love with Dina and ends up marrying her. So you basically have 2 sisters married to 2 brothers,
Yeah. Okay.
which I will say, in my family history,
Complicado.
that has happened.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean, everybody's family, and how great could it be? What's better than my brother marrying your sister? Nothing could be better.
So nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work out after a while.
Okay.
Dina gets with another guy in the future after they get divorced.
Okay.
After they're divorced, Dina gets away from the Housewives. She's with someone else. I think it might be more than one time, but one time she and her new husband are attacked, violently assaulted, beaten up.
What?
Like, seriously.
Where?
I don't know if it's in their home. I got to get back to you on that because I'm not sure if it's before she left for California or after. But it's long after she got away from the
Assaulted and
Housewives.
beat up.
Yes.
Wow.
They catch the guy, or one of the main culprits. He ends up convicted, I think, but also he had been provided a wedding or an event at the Brownstone.
Who had been providing? Oh, the guy.
Yes.
The guy that beat them up.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So for sure it was from her ex-husband,
Yep.
brother of Albie,
Yep.
brother-in-law of
Yep.
Caroline Manzo, who paid this guy off with like a discounted wedding or whatever he wanted at their family business to go and beat the shit out of. And maybe steal stuff too, but it was mostly about punishing her.
But her sister.
Well, her sister wasn't involved.
Oh wait, I thought you said Caroline had.
Caroline's brother-in-law
Caroline's brother-in-law.
was the husband of Dina.
Yes. Yeah.
And
But then
they're
she
all
was
in the
going after
family
this
business.
other
We don't
guy
know if Caroline knows
after the
anything
divorce.
about it, but
Yeah.
it's just that this is what happened in this family.
So after the divorce, though, to Caroline's brother-in-law, they get beat up.
And then it turns out the guy who beat them up had received this,
From Caroline's
generous.
brother-in-law. Yeah. From them.
From
Yeah,
their-
From Albie and those.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm sure Caroline knows nothing about it. She doesn't
understand.
run the business, but that's just some backstory. Then Caroline, after many, many years of staying away from Housewives, also agrees to do this, Ultimate Girls Trip, which is basically where they put a bunch of housewives from different franchises in some foreign country or an island somewhere.
And when was this trip?
This trip was maybe, I'm going to say like 3 years ago now.
So she's been off for like 10 or 12 years or something.
Correct.
Okay.
And like everyone's excited for her return in this mix.
Okay.
And the mix is like really good bang for the buck for Bravo because they just
All the
throw,
franchises,
everyone's going to
one,
watch it. And it's not a big commitment like a season.
Yep.
And it doesn't cost them that much because they just put everybody in a house somewhere
Morocco.
and make them drink and see what happens and, agitate them.
Yeah.
So this trip was to Morocco. And we've never seen it. It's never aired, this Ultimate Girls Trip. Because following, I think Caroline left the trip early, which is, forfeiting your contract, probably a couple hundred
Yeah,
grand
probably
or whatever you're
get
getting
cash.
paid
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you probably get something up front and then a retainer on the back end. Yep.
And she fled, basically, and claimed that she was, I don't know the language, but assaulted or abused or like sexually molested by Brandy Glanville, who was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and actually was the start of Beverly Hills. like she's an important character because she segued the Beverly Hills show into Vanderpump Rules. But that's like a different story.
What was her name?
Brandi Glanville.
Glenn.
So Brandi Glanville has been out of work for the past 2.5 years because of this filing, this incident. Now, Brandi Glanville, we all know, because every show she's getting too drunk and she's like, open to kissing girls.
But she's not violent or
She actually has been a little violent. Like she did slap Lisa Vanderpump in Amsterdam. I recall that now that you mention it. But it's just kind of for show. But yeah, she's a volatile, but mostly like kind of a fun drunk that kisses girls. Then also let's add that Denise Richards, ex of Charlie Sheen, former Bond girl, and former cast member of Beverly Hills, departed from the Beverly Hills franchise, which was a good check for her because Brandi Glanville was kind of truth-telling that she had I think a short affair or like liaison with Denise Richards. And Denise Richards, newly married at the time to someone she's currently getting divorced from. And that is, again, a whole nother story because that's some new news you probably don't know at all. But yeah, Brandi Glanville was telling that she had this encounter. It might have been more than one, but at least an encounter with Denise Richards. And Denise quit the show and denied.
May I ask?
Yes.
If you were going to launch a new franchise, what global cities would you consider?
Well, we saw Dubai.
I didn't think it was very compelling, personally. I don't like the franchise a ton, if I'm
Yeah.
honest. Like, it's not something
But
that I like a lot.
yeah.
I do understand it's the it is compelling television. Like, it does.
Some of it is. Some of it is
Exactly,
just
some of
like,
it is. But it can be compelling television.
yeah,
So
Phil Bogue loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Very one of my favorite people.
But yeah, global city.
Like, I was thinking like Joburg or something.
Like, I don't know, like
different.
people can't really get down and dirty the way Americans do. That's part of the issue, I think. Like Singapore would be interesting to me, but like then it just becomes like how much can they really show about people's lives and their real dilemmas?
Yeah, the whole China thing. Like there's 30 cities in China that would be probably worthy of a program, but you couldn't actually tell the story. So
Yeah.
I would rule those ones out. Bangkok, or some.
Yeah, Bangkok would be
Asian,
amazing.
You know.
Yeah, but again, we have issues like we'll have these issues now in the USA, but we used to have free speech.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why you could really tell the stories. But also people have to be wealthy enough. And we saw like
How about like
with New York
yeah.
bringing some, more modern people and maybe less wealth. But like if you're really wealthy, you wouldn't want to be on these shows.
I wouldn't.
It's over.
Like Nairobi.
Yeah, so there has been. I watched a Nairobi one, and
they
like
did?
on a plane, I watched Nairobi, and like I was obsessed with following some African nation. And I don't know if they fully got the Housewives franchise name, but they basically have done some shows like that.
Okay.
But it doesn't have the production oomph that some of these production
Is
companies.
there an Indian city that you would think would be a good one?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've seen Mumbai do some.
They did it.
No, not really the Housewives, but other shows that
Yeah, similar vibe.
they try.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know. The Americans really, we put ourselves out there.
The Real Housewives of Riyadh.
Yeah. How boring would that be?
I think it would be pretty
It
cool.
would have to be The Secret Lives.
That would be entertaining.
It would be amazing, and we could never show it.
Correct.
But, The Ladies of London was a really good show. It wasn't a Housewives per se show.
It was a real show, though.
It was a real show, and it was really beautiful, and I liked it. But people were more friendly and less fighting, and I don't know, it was less conflict-oriented. Bravo has now become really conflict-oriented with the Housewives.
And that's what made Facebook work, and that's what
Conflict.
absolutely
Conflict sells views.
correct.
You can get it.
Hello. Wonderful, thank you.
What about your suitcase?
That will be coming, but I think we should probably have a half hour until that is ready.
So there was also a New York housewife who was a younger housewife that was put in the mix with some of the olders before they fully revamped.
Okay.
And she is suing Bravo. And that's a really big thing too.
Which franchise?
New York.
New York.
But she was sober, I think. She definitely has like some mental health diagnoses and substance abuse diagnoses. And she went on the show and she drank and went crazy. And it really was compelling. And when she went on a different Ultimate Girls trip to Thailand, she claimed that producers and cast members even were encouraging her to drink when she was supposed to be living sober. But also, how much is that everybody's responsibility? You know, like if I'm going to work for our company, is it their responsibility to make sure I go to meetings? And no, not really, you know. But if they really encourage me to compromise my mental health as part of my job, knowingly, you know, there is some gray area there. So it's hard to say what'll happen with that lawsuit. And I think that's why these kind of shows are really on the cusp of expiring.
Oh, because of the lawsuits.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Legal challenges.
they have walked quite a line.
Yeah.
And they sign crazy releases.
I'm sure.
And they don't get paid for the hours they work, really. I mean, it's really invasive. It's really horrible.
They make good money, right?
In the beginning, you don't. Like, the more years you're on a franchise, like if you've been around, like then you're getting some more money. It's like time put in. But in the beginning, you just go on. You probably spend all your money trying to show that you have clothes that can even, you know, be worthy of TV.
They don't provide that.
No.
Oh.
And like even a party or a trip, like maybe some trips they pay for, but like if you're having an event at your house and you really want to show your wealth and invite people and wear designer everything, that's on you.
I just assumed there was, you know.
No, that's on you to get the
massive
fame.
contribution from the production.
No, they're just taking the cash of these women that want to be, you know, and, you know, the play is, this is a platform, right? You get the privilege of the platform.
social-
You can sell your other stuff.
yeah.
You know, there are a couple women who have done really well for themselves. Bethany Frankel being the most, you know, strong example of creating wealth.
Remind me of her.
She's New York.
Okay.
She was like a healthy caterer person with not much money. She got on the show. She's a strong voice. She's like someone we grew up with. I actually did kind of grow up adjacent to her because her stepfather was a horse trainer, and you maybe even know her from New York from before.
Okay.
She's in our kind of zeitgeist and age group. Anyway, she created a brand called Skinny Girl and had like drink mixers and all this stuff. And she did other things. She got a talk show. She you know, did other reality TV spinoffs. She had a horrible divorce that went on for 10 years. She had a kid with the guy. They had shows about, you know, their marriage and their engagement and everything, and it didn't work out.
She's not the Kelsey Grammer person.
No, that's California. That's Camille Grammer.
Oh, I thought that was New York.
No.
I apologize. I don't know.
How would you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Camille Grammer, another Italian that married an actor. And, you know, okay, so you go on the show either to show your wealth,
Or keep
show your
media
marriage,
relevance or something.
show you that your marriage is shit with the hope that your husband will see like what a dick he is on TV.
Oh, come on.
And maybe
You think that's a
that is
motivation?
one of the motivators is like,
wow.
then he'll see and then we'll work it out. So
That's
a lot of
so
people
negative.
break up. No, I mean, it's just like, or in Kelsey Grammer's example, I would say he said, yes, do the show, baby. You should have something for you, because he knew he was going to leave her. And it was like kind of like a send off. Do the show. So I think some women do hope that their marriages will improve because their husbands will see that they're not really that engaged. And that really never works out. And some men, they never wanted to be like a part of this. And they don't get paid extra. The
men sign
husbands
up, right?
and the kids and
They're
whoever,
all
like if I
ancillary.
don't show you guys, you know,
They sign
then they'll
a
say my
waiver.
storyline sucks. Like I got to show some of my family.
So they sign a waiver, but they don't get paid.
I don't think so.
Oh. I'd love to know the economics of that better. It's like
It's
back in the
really
day,
all
you were
about
paying-
Bravo.
Every week you were paying Ted Danson $1 million in 1980, right? So that's probably $10 million now, $8 million now.
I
Every
think
week
that is why
to produce a
the
show.
Leah McSweeney, the New York housewife who is suing Bravo,
Liam?
Leah,
Oh, Leah.
her name's Leah,
Gotcha.
but I think that is part of the big question. Because reality stars are not like the stars, even though they make all this money for the network and they have an opportunity to create and push their own brands. Theoretically, although now you can't even, I don't think they even get product placement, or they can't even show their wine on the, it depends the deal they make, but they're not making the deal that
But they're
Bethany
still
Frankel made.
famous, and they can create their own Insta following. and all
Hopefully
that,
they
right?
figure out how to survive the fame and profit, but it's not because the network is paying them.
Yeah, exactly.
Although after many, many years and being like an anchor forever, like Kyle Richards or whatever, they get a very big paycheck, I'm
I
sure.
think they're making $1 million a year, right? Like they're making
More.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that much when you have to live that lifestyle. In, for instance, Beverly Hills. I mean, that's just like one of the ways you're making money, hopefully.
Fair, but
And Kyle Richards is a great example because she was the anchor of Beverly Hills forever.
yeah.
She exposed everything about her family, like her sister's drug addiction, and that's like Kathy Hilton. They didn't want to show anything. She's the aunt to Paris and Nikki. Like, there's a lot of Hollywood depth there. She is very forthcoming. She's married to her husband Mauricio. They have the kids. She's just like the perfect wife and hustler, and creates. They have make a lot of businesses together, real estate, everything, build an empire. Housewives is like one slice of that, but probably an important slice under everything. She was a child star.
Right.
She was like in Halloween with.
That was like Escape from Witch Mountain or something.
That's the sister that's maybe the most troubled.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's her sister who was also on the show and really is like far out. But yes, that's Escape from Witch Mountain. So her younger sister is Kyle, who was with what's Christopher Guest's wife? Jamie Lee Curtis.
Christopher Guest is married to Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think so.
Wowza.
We'll verify.
Around the world.
That we
I
need to
love that
verify.
those people on
Verify.
TV.
And she just came out with Freaky Friday
Yeah.
2 or whatever with Lindsay Lohan.
I've always thought she's just been a trailblazer.
Well, she's been really trailblazing. If you see her on morning TV interviews, it's like, whoo, far out. Okay, but anyway, Kyle Richards, she reveals a lot of her life for, I don't know, how many years? 13 years or something?
20 years now. Think about it. Was
I don't know
it
if it's 20.
2004 or something like that?
I'm not
Those
sure
guys
how many
started.
years.
Have they been going since you
Beverly
and I knew
Hills?
each other?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Not
No.
far after.
Beverly Hills, no.
It's not far after. Right?
Well, I'm going to say 13 years just
Okay.
off the top of my head. We can verify. But regardless of all the years, she's been quite revelatory and the rock of the show. Through many painful situations and tears and like real trauma and real family situations in her life. So recently, she and her husband are splitting, and they were kind of the poster of a successful marriage.
Yes.
Maybe he
Some of that. He had a
diddled and daddled, I don't know, but whatever, they worked it
He's
out.
got a new girl now or something. Right?
Oh, we don't know. I don't know. He's dating around. I'm sure they're always showing different girls that he's dating, and he's in Mykonos with it.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the point is, no, he hasn't like paired up with someone. He's kind of partying and.
Okay.
But the point of her not having this solid, and they have remained friends, and they showed that a lot on the show, but she fell in love with a woman who is a country singer, tattooed lesbian. And I think they were going to come out with it on the show. I think she was going to be featured on the show. Her name is Morgan Wade.
Morgan Wade, the country singer?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And she has, like a real Southern accent, and she's sober, and she works out all the time. And she's much
Age
younger.
bands? Okay, yeah, just wanted to ask.
Yeah, she's much younger. And like there's one point like they like get tattoos together, and another point they both like get their lips done kind of the same, and they look like, but Kyle denies the relationship.
Oh, wow, like publicly it just doesn't
For years.
Pretends it didn't happen.
Yeah, and they're so in love. I think Morgan, they were going to do it, and they were going to come out with it, and then Morgan realized how intense the bright light of Housewives
And
is.
didn't want to be in the scene.
Yeah, and that's not like her fans or what she wants to be known for.
Yeah.
And it's really ugly, too.
Where are they now?
Well, I think they're still in love. I think they see each other from time to time. But for like more, I would say 2 seasons, Kyle just said, I can't say her name and I won't talk about it. And, also, I think it's complicated because she doesn't identify as a lesbian.
Kyle.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure
That's
she's,
Morgan?
yeah,
Okay.
fully.
Okay.
So I think that Kyle, saw herself as the perfect wife and really was. And, there's kids involved. But long story short, I think they're still in love. I think they're still seeing each other, but they don't speak about it and they're not out about it. And the show goes on.
Yeah.
And so some people on the cast felt like Kyle wasn't being honest. And Kyle was kind of like, I gave you guys everything for all these years.
Yeah, she seemed pretty rational to me. Is that a fair,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
she seemed sort of
She's
grounded. I mean,
like a good
had the moments
person.
of being
You can be friends with
wacky,
her.
but she seemed
No,
pretty
she's not
cool.
wacky. She's kind of
She seemed pretty cool.
normal.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a
But
very
yeah, so
limited
she's
exposure
sober
to
now
her,
too.
so
She's sober now too. So I
I
think
don't.
things that she was like cool with before in her marriage to kind of like be like, we'll go along, didn't really work.
Yeah.
But now she's like almost like empty nester without the husband. She
Yeah.
has a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she fully identifies as like, she's been a wife for so long. And, she just fell in love with someone that's not fitting that mold. And that someone doesn't want to be a part of some of the trashier sides
Yeah,
of
yeah.
this spotlight. And
But
they're
isn't that
respecting it. But
isn't that an archetypal kind of situation?
like what?
Um, uh, you get to a point in your life where your kids leave and
Yeah.
you grow up,
Midlife.
and the husband not loses interest or whatever, but a gap develops between
Yeah,
partners.
they're working all the time. They're
Right.
traveling.
You know what
They
I mean?
have so many
it's sort of-
businesses.
it's sort of what happens often.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen to us. But like time apart is hard for people.
I guess I was thinking more in the line of like there's like
Midlife crisis.
I guess so, but there's also it's a television show.
Oh, well, I'm telling you a lot of stuff that's not on the show. I'm giving you backstory as well.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
But the reason that you know the backstory is because of the television show. You wouldn't know anything about these people if it wasn't for a television show.
Right.
Right? Like, so that's, like, they're all doing something to get on the show and to stay on the show. Whether it's for money or fame or whatever the genesis of their desire is, they all want to be on the show. So they're all willing, seemingly to me, they're all willing to do something dramatic to make the show pop.
Yeah,
good.
juice the show.
Juicy. Yeah, exactly. And so to me, a lot of it becomes fake because
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff, especially in Orange County right now, like a lot of the backstory is just like generating. But in the case of what I'm describing with Kyle, I feel she just really did have a crisis and did fall in love. And
I'm sure all that is
it wasn't
true,
for
for TV purposes. I get you. I just think the general setup of the program
yeah.
is the juicier the better.
Yeah, it's
right?
reality TV.
So the wackies make it until until legal issues
Yeah. Yeah.
prohibit them from being on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like some people, their lives are really a mess in the wake of this
And isn't
reality.
that sad? Isn't that like the saddest thing?
But some people have really generated positive business and
Yeah.
happiness and moved on,
Oh, I'm sure.
and moved on.
What do you think the percentage is?
I mean,
Oh,
Lisa
versus
Vanderpump
negative.
is the most successful probably, but she was successful.
Kardashians,
Previous.
I think, would be the most successful.
Oh, I thought we were just talking Housewives.
Oh, yeah.
But for
sorry,
sure,
I was just-
they made that happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would change much.
Interesting.
I don't think they would change much. But they always wanted that. They always wanted the fame and they always wanted to be, documenting. I mean, the little kids you can't really say because they just grew up from babies.
Absolutely not their fault. Yeah, or whatever. Not their,
And one is very, very private.
Yeah.
And one, actually, both the little ones are the most private. One is a supermodel. One is a huge,
How can
beauty
you be a
empire.
private supermodel?
One didn't go outside for a whole year that she was pregnant. We didn't know. She didn't go outside of her house because a helicopter would see it.
Okay, but how can you be a private supermodel?
She does her job, but she doesn't share as much about her life.
Okay.
And she has a lot of issues, anxiety. She's a good horse rider.
Who's this?
This is Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
And that's, of course, a whole nother story.
We've really covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, but just imagine, like, your dad becoming a woman and your dad being the most famous athlete in all of history. And, like, the way you find out is kind of through press and
It would be strange for certain.
so deep.
For certain.
Anyway, they're cool.